Go ahead and open this meeting to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have a roll call.
Singing. Yeah. Are we picking up their Wi-Fi? Dan Pillow.
Here.
Jennifer Weehee. Jennifer Anderson. Ann Pillow.
Here.
Al Glick.
Here.
Pam Jackson.
Here. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't know why it's saying that. It could be because you're picking it up. All right, before we get started, we have Bill Nixon here today, and I want to go ahead and swear him into the water board meeting officially, if that's okay. Make it official.
All right.
All right. If you want to stand here. All right. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I. Your name.
William Nixon,
Duly solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution and laws
to uphold the Constitution and laws
of the United States of
of the United
America,
States of America,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
and the ordinances and resolutions
and the ordinance and resolutions
of the Village of
of the
Addyston,
Village of Addyston,
and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office
to faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of the Water Board of the Village of
of the
Addyston.
Water Board of the Village of Addyston.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome aboard. All right, we'll go ahead and go to the clerk's report.
The village received a thank you card from the Cobb family, the Village of Addyston. The Cobb family would like to thank you for the beautiful planter in memory of our mom. She loved her village. We have wonderful memories of our childhood growing up in Addyston. Thank you again for your support, the Cobb family. You received the minutes from the regular council meeting of May 15th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May 15th.
I'll second it.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Al Glick. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You received the minutes of the special council meeting of June 1st.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from June 1st.
I'll second it. Motion by Pam, second by Ann. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You received pay ordinance 6A. This was for biweekly payroll, which was paid on June the 2nd from the general fund, $9,881.98. Water fund, $2,567.52 for a combined total of $12,449.50.
I'll make a motion to approve 6A 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Al Glick. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You received 6B. This was for actually it was for monthly payroll. I had biweekly, but monthly payroll on there. General fund, $7,741.53. Water fund, $600 for a combination of $8,341.53.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 2023B.
I'll second it.
Motion by Ms. Ann, second by Al Glick. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then you have 6C, this again is for biweekly payroll, which was paid on June the 16th from the general fund, $11,581.15 from the water fund, $2,629.93 for a combined total of $14,212.08.
I'll make a motion to approve 6C.
Second.
Motion by Al, second by Dan. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Sure.
On line 8, I think you may have that in the wrong, the amount may be in the wrong, it's going to
Yeah,
Aaron.
it was, but I can correct that. Can you adopt it and then I will amend it for Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably didn't pick it up when I was typing or I moved a line down. I can tell you what the amount is if you'll just give me a minute on her pay. I have a copy of it here. Her pay was $1,540.84.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know that.
If there's no further discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And the next one you have is 6D. This is for accounts payable. For the general fund, $23,553.65. For the water fund, $1,516.78 for a combined total of $25,070.43.
I'll make a motion to approve 6D.
I'll second it.
Motion by Pam, second by Al. Is there any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And then you have 6E, accounts payable. For the general fund, $12,819.37. For the fire/EMS fund, $2,631.51. From the water fund, $18,674.93 for a combined total of $34,125.81. And you'll note on there that a lot of those are to do with the semi-annual Ohio Public Work grants that we make payments on every 6 months.
I'll make a motion to pass 6E.
I'll second it.
Motion by Al, second by Pam. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then you received a copy of, inside your packet, of the May Bank reconciliation from the UAN and from the PNC Bank. And if you look on the last page, it gives you a total of all the funds combined, which balances with the bank, with the UAN system. Beginning balance for the general fund was $86,516.94. Revenue was $79,762.98. Expenditures was $66,047.07 for an ending balance of $100,232.85. Is it okay if I just read across the bottom instead of reading? Is that okay with everybody if I just read across the bottom? The beginning balance of all funds, is that okay since you have the report in front of you? Does anybody have a problem with me just doing that? Okay, the beginning balance of this report is $268,293.39. Revenue brought in was $173,426.77. Expenditures was $97,399.54, and the balance is $343,320.62, and that's a pooled balance of all the funds. That makes it simpler than having to go through each item. And I put the different bank statements on there for you.
I'll make a motion to approve the reports from the clerk's office.
Second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Dan Pillow. Is there any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow?
Yay.
Ann Pillow?
Yay.
Al Glick?
Yay.
Pam Jackson?
Yay.
And then it was, this morning I received from the water board clerk a draft copy of their June 12th minute meeting items. I don't know if you want to take this and bring it back to the next meeting, because there's like 4 sets of minutes, I guess. And their expenditures and their monthly collections report and their expenditures from May. So you may want to take it and look at it and then bring it back, because it's a lot to digest.
I would prefer that. Do we need a motion? I make a
Okay.
motion that we hold the Addyston Board of Public Affairs draft in abeyance until our next meeting.
I'll second
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
it. Yay.
And you received an email from the mayor telling you that you received it, saying that our police chief has accepted another position outside of our employment, and therefore he's resigning as chief effective July the 15th.
Have you been interviewing anybody?
No, not yet. That's what I want to ask all of you about today. I have a bunch of applications and I'll talk about all that.
But for the minutes, I need to know council's actions, even though
They're accepting his resignation.
when they surrender a resignation, it doesn't really need to be, but it should be clarified in the minutes.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept his resignation.
I'll second it.
Motion by Al, second by Pam. Any discussion?
Just a question,
Sure.
Mayor, is there anything that you want to add to that, to his
Well, I definitely don't
resignation?
want to see him leave, but he decided to go a different direction than law enforcement, so
Okay, good.
that's where he's kind of at.
Thank you.
And,
Mhm.
yep,
Gotta go where the money's at.
that's what you do.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
aim for that.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And Mayor, I believe,
If you're doing resignations, I might as well mention one more.
oh,
Yeah, I don't have the actual submitted to me, but Michelle Tenbrink has given in her 2 weeks as well.
do we know when?
I know she put in 2 weeks and I don't know which is the last day. Yeah, I'm not sure, but she put in her resignation for 2 weeks and I need to get her typed version. I don't have it with me.
Yeah, but
So
as long as you acknowledge it and it can be in the minutes.
that's all, I was just acknowledging it. I forget what day was she put it in. Or told us, reported it to the chief. Do you know which day that was?
I think it's her last day, maybe July, or June 26th. 25th, it's one of the 2 days.
Thank you.
The 25th.
Uh,
It's a Sunday.
yeah, it would be, her last day, her last working day would be Thursday the 22nd, so the 25th would start a no pay period. She'd not be here.
Council, you decide.
Make a motion to accept her resignation as well.
I'll second it. I mean,
Motion by Al, second by
what can
Pam.
we
Or
do?
nothing. They're leaving.
Discussion.
Yes,
I don't think we should make a motion until we get an actual
you want, yeah.
resignation. That's the way I feel.
If she submits one, I hopefully, I asked her to type up one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's,
We'll
but if
just, we
you're,
can
if
deal
you're
with that
presenting
next
it
one.
as,
I'm presenting it to let you know this is what's happening.
okay,
But she did indicate to you that she was
Yes.
resigning.
She's resigned.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not hearsay.
No, it's not
Oh, Yeah,
hearsay.
that's where I want to make sure.
It's not hearsay.
Okay, great.
She has another job in a different department.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I will call for-
Are you just gonna, or, because they made a motion in second.
Well, that
Did
was
you want-
just my discussion, yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Am I too old to go through Opata?
Well, I mean, that's everywhere. This ain't
I'll
just
be here.
Addyston, yeah. There's hardly any places are getting people to work. Hamilton County's underfunded.
Yeah,
And
no,
under-
no doubt.
It's, they had, what, eight people at the last, I mean, they usually have 30 graduates. They had 8 people at the last APATA.
Amazing.
That's not enough to even go around to all the different
No.
districts.
You're
It's
right.
terrible. All right. So Wayne Bielfeld called me and he would like to address, so I'm going to go ahead and go to him because he called me and let me know that he wanted to address council
Absolutely.
about the property that he bid for. And he was just curious as to where we are on that. And I had spoke with Bob about this too. And where is it exactly we stand now?
I've called Jason Rogers 2 times. He's the one with the lien that's on the property. He indicated that he was going to get back with me and get rid of it. If he doesn't get rid of it, we're just gonna have to initiate a suit to quiet title in the village's name. That's all we can do. It's not like we haven't been calling them, and the cost of filing a lawsuit is gonna be much more than just preparing the document to get rid of the judgment lien. But
So you just have to have him sign off on it, or?
just have to have them sign off. The judgment's been paid. Yeah,
How much longer you think, because I've been waiting like 2 years, I think.
maybe 45 days. If he signs off on it, if he signs off on it this week, it'll be filed this week. If
Okay.
he doesn't sign off on it this week, then we have to serve him with a complaint.
And you think you might have something in 45 days for
Yes.
you? Okay. All right.
So,
Can I count on that?
I'm sorry, please be patient about that. Oh my
when
goodness.
you're looking to build another property, no doubt.
Yeah, I bought the one property next door to the house I own up there. And I want to combine that one and that one so I can have one bigger
Yeah.
lot to build on.
Okay.
But
So, I've been told that there's a brand-new house on Secretary.
His,
That's the only one that was referring to his.
Yeah, okay. I was told there was a White House up there. I drove across Secretary 5 times, and I didn't see a brand-new house up there anywhere.
it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's technically
Yes,
not
like,
brand new
It was in the last 3 months, I was told. I was thinking, oh my God.
Unbelievable.
they still consider it a new house, I guess.
Yeah,
Especially when you live in
Okay,
a
well, thank you. I
100-year-old
look
house.
forward to
Yeah.
hearing from
Yeah.
you. And
right.
I would really like to do something, you know.
Sure.
The village can use newer houses.
Certainly like to see you do something as well. We can do.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna head out.
All right, thank you, Wayne.
Vermont.
Who?
I'm gonna
Wow.
send it in.
I wasn't gonna go to that yet.
Okay.
Okay, so, as far as the chief position, I'll discuss that real quick. So I put it out there, and I've just been getting feelers right now because I wanted to talk to council as a whole. And I want to give each of you like a copy of all the applications and things that's been coming in.
Oh, wow.
So that way we can, I want everybody to go pick and combing through it. And I'm gonna start tomorrow calling to start interviews, and I wanna know who wants to be in it. I don't care if it's a panel review, whatever. If I get these times set up, if you want, email the times and dates of interviews. So I can,
If the police committee doesn't, want to do it, I'll certainly sit in with you. But I will back off until the police committee makes some decision as to how many of them want to attend.
yeah. So just let me know, you want, okay.
Yeah.
I'll sit in if you need as well.
And if they can't make it, I'll sit in, whatever.
I don't mind if it's the entire panel of council,
Yeah,
okay?
that's fine.
I'm good with that.
If you just wanna send that email
We'll do
out.
the entire panel. So, and then I would like each one of you, honestly, to come up with at least a couple questions that you'd like to ask or want to know. So that way when we go through it, I want this to be everybody going together. So, thank you for indulging me on that one. Let's see, the other thing that's been mentioned, it's been mentioned a while back, just kind of want to put that to rest if council wants to send it to a committee or whatever they want to do, but the water board had approved Lisa for full-time, and it's just kind of sitting, waiting for council to either say no or yay. It's been a while, so I don't know what committee that should go back to, probably laws and contracts, I'm thinking. Or however council wishes to deal with that.
Remember,
But I just promised I'd bring it up, so I brought it up.
We have a water committee as well.
Yep.
That, somewhere.
because Jason.
I certainly, in reference to this, Mayor, I think there needs to be a real distinction of the duties that are being performed, and in some way convince me that a full-time person is needed in that position. That's my observation, so I'd like to see something in writing I can hold in my hand and go over and kind of help make a decision from there.
Okay. Well, I brought it to you guys.
Mhm.
I just wanted to put it.
I mean, that doesn't preclude anybody else from
Yeah.
saying what they have to say about it.
I know we have discussed this in the past,
Mhm.
and I thought that we come to a conclusion of saying that we wanted to see how we could justify making it a full-time position.
And it just never came back yet.
Right.
So I just wanted to bring that up again because they're kind of waiting for the answer on that
Okay.
one.
So, anybody else have anything, because the mayor is bringing us up just so she can take back to them what we're talking about. I guess you'd like to do that. because
I
they've asked
mean,
you for
yeah.
it.
Of course, I want to take it back to the water board.
Sure.
Well, we got a water board member sitting here, so
Yeah,
he can take it back as
I
well.
think that we might want to refer it to the water board committee, whatever that name of that committee is, rather than laws and contracts. So I would guess that they would know more.
Okay.
Water board committee approved her as full-time, but it had to go to council.
No,
No, the committee.
that was the water board per se. Water board committee, we have, I don't know what.
Public Works, and
I guess, I don't know what's the name of the committee, yes.
Public Works.
it's Public Works.
Public Works.
There's all on that, since it never meets. I think it's the one that's.
It's
Public
gonna-
Works, it was Jennifer Anderson, Dan Pillow, and Pam Jackson.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer is the chairperson. If we can get a hold of her, we'll try to meet this week. I would think, Pam,
Yeah.
is that available to
Yeah,
you so we
I
can
get-
expedite
A couple
this?
times I can, but yeah.
Yes. Send her an email indicating that we want to meet, so we can move forward on that.
And if
Get it
she
back to
can't,
council.
we can meet,
Yes.
if she's not available.
Okay, great,
Okay.
thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to Kathy, since you're here. I ain't gonna make you make it.
Well,
So
thank
let's-
you. So you know why I'm down here, the
Yeah.
property next door to me. Now, first off, I know they said the fire inspector came down and declared it a fire nuisance.
Yes.
Not only do they have one extension cord coming from that second apartment, there's two now, coming down to give the first floor and the garage electricity. That place is a fire hazard. If it goes up in flames, my house next door is gonna be ruined, and probably Tammy's next door to that. It's a nuisance. The other thing I have to say is that on May 14th, the police were chasing somebody in my backyard. So we have cameras. Everybody on this strip is now putting cameras up in front of their houses because we have to. We have 7 cameras around our house now, 7, to watch our house when we're not home. Because of the theft, the drug activity, just to watch my property in general. On May 14th, about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, somebody was running through my yard, the police were chasing them. So the next morning, my husband called me and he said, did the kids leave a tablet out here? And I said, no. So he looked at the cameras, it was Addyston police there, the Hamilton County Sheriff. They left property there, so we called Addyston. Addyston police didn't know anything about it. He said, I didn't know anything about a foot chase. How does the police not know it happened that night before?
If
That
it
there was no
wasn't-
foot,
yeah.
and Addyston Cruiser was there because we have it on
It
video.
was?
Yeah. I mean, they did a.
What date was that, Kathy?
May 14th. So we called on May 15th, I think that was Mother's Day, to have them pick up the tablet and stuff that was in our yard that did not belong to us. And the Addyston police officer that was on duty said he didn't know anything about the foot chase. Do they not tell each other about this stuff?
Usually they do.
In reports?
So
Well, he didn't
I'm
know
not
anything
sure.
about it. My husband had to show him the video.
Any of you know about that?
Well, I still have it on video on my
Yeah.
phone.
Okay.
The drug activity has not stopped. And if anything, it's increased all night long. My cameras are going off all night long from the activity. I don't care if you sit out there during the day. They're not doing it during the day. They're doing it all evening. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I left for work at 5:30 in the morning. There were 2 of them standing at a car with the back end of the car up, going through the car, getting stuff out of it. 5:30 in the morning. We are woke up all night long because of this. And it's not fair. If it's around any of your houses, I'm pretty sure this would not be going on as long as it's been going on. 2.5 years I've been putting up with this.
I had an incident way back that nothing was done about it, but that's not about me. But I would like to get back with you on quite a few things that we have done. So the fire inspector has written up the citations. It's going through our court system. The health department has come out and inspected them, and they're supposed to be out again this week to actually go inside the property and declare it a nuisance. So they have been fined for their
But they don't
crazy
come to court
things.
and they don't pay the tickets, so.
That's what we're trying to do with, how did you explain that, Bob? Because we got all 3 of them down on them, and we're gonna get them through Hamilton County, so we have a better
They have
chance.
mattresses and box springs on, I've sent pictures to you guys, on your porch.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible. I couldn't sell my property if I wanted to sell it because of them next door.
And who else did you say we went through to?
Health, fire, and property
What?
maintenance.
Yeah, so we drew up one there, and we got like, we're up to $9,000 for a lien against the property as well.
So when does a lien get put on it? That's what I'm asking. How much longer is this going to take? Because 2.5 years has been a long time.
It is
I pay
unfortunate
property
how it is.
taxes, I pay village, I pay income taxes, and we pay business taxes in this village. We pay 3 times, we're paying taxes triple here, and we have to live next door to that. Now, if my yard looked like that, you guys would be fining me and I wouldn't let my yard look like that, first off. I've lived in that area my entire life, and never have we ever had to have cameras put on our houses. Everybody has cameras now, the majority of the people down there, because of the activity down there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the other day, one of them was in my yard. I had to walk outside and tell him to stay out of my yard. Well, I wasn't in your yard. Yes, you were. I got you on video. You were in my yard, and if you do it again, I'll call the police.
oh, absolutely.
I mean, we work hard for what we have. for us to even think that they're gonna come over and destroy our property or steal from us. I didn't get anything easy. We work 7 days a week. My husband works 7 days a week. So, I mean, I'm just fed up. It seems like there's no solution. I mean, the extension cord is coming out the window to the base, to the garage, and to the first floor. That's a fire hazard.
It is.
I called Duke. They can't do anything about it.
No, but Scott has, and he's filed it with the court, so I'm hoping that we're able to actually snag him the day of court, is what we're planning on doing.
Hamilton County Court?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that way they'll go ahead and deal with him through that judge.
Because I know the one day that they went down there, it was a probation violation. They arrested 2 people down there, and they
Yeah.
found drugs in that house. Why don't they have probable cause to go in there and search then more? Why wasn't the homeowner arrested? He had drugs, he had heroin, he had pills, they had all kinds of stuff in that house. Why wasn't he arrested? It was in his house.
I can't say for sure about that.
If they came in, who went in?
Hamilton County,
The sheriffs?
the sheriffs, the probation, the
Well,
sheriffs were down there,
that's
Addyston was there.
Probation, depending on who it is, they would have signed a probation violation form or community
Yeah, they
control
arrested those
violation. And they'll take them in front of the court. If you know the name of the person, who it is, I can look that up and find out who it is. and
Well, the
can
2
find-
girls one just got out of jail and the other one's still in jail. But they found drugs, they found a magazine clip to a gun in that house. I mean, come on. You have probable cause now. There was drugs in that house.
Well, the community control officer, it's like the probation department, they have the ability to call the Hamilton County Sheriff or the Addyston Police Department to get down there at the same time if it's discovered in there, and they can investigate at that point.
Addyston was down there and they had baggies that they were taking out of stuff. We've seen it. We got it on video, on our cameras. So,
They could be working on it. A lot of these things, if they're working on it, it could be part of a bigger process that they're working on. In other words, I know I talked to the mayor last week, and I know that the 3 things that the mayor's working on that we discussed are all in progress, and we're moving them out of Addyston Mayor's Court down to Hamilton County Municipal Court. So the likelihood of getting them incarcerated
Much higher.
increases much higher.
so in the meantime, with the fire hazards that are down there, we just have to deal with it, right? They have propane tanks on that porch. They have oxygen tanks on that porch.
I can ask Scott, because Scott is the fire inspector. He's the one who deals with that stuff. And he's written up them a citation for it. Now, whether or not they've gotten the notice yet, they should have. So I can ask him what they can do. I mean, I can't walk up there and just take this stuff on private property until, I don't know what he can do. Could he do that?
If he sees it from the street, he can cite him if it's
Well,
a
it's on
fire
their porch.
code
I can see it
And
on
it's
my
a
porch.
sighting.
It's on their porch.
Right, if he sees it from the street,
He can't see it from the street.
please,
You can't see it from the street. You have to be like sitting on my porch or something to see it.
you can call him up and invite him over. And if he sees it from your house, if he's on your property with your permission, and he sees it on the other property, he can cite him.
You have
If
Scott's
it's a
number, right?
violation.
I got Township Fire Department. I don't have his number, but
No, well, use that and reach him,
yeah.
because that's fire hazard issues.
I can
Get
pass
him
it
up
on
there.
to Scott as well.
Well, yeah, we have the lieutenant here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, if that house goes up in flames, my house is gone.
So okay, since the lieutenant's here, that's a good question. So if that cord, because I know Scott, you'd have to talk to Scott about it. Is there a measure you guys can be on that property to remove that, or how's that work? Do you know?
The fire code, when it comes to residential properties, we don't have a whole lot of say because it's privately owned. The whole process of citing them, we would have to get some sort of administrative warrant to be able to enter that property to cite any kind of further violations. Now, anything from the road or anything that we could see, like you said, from your property, yeah, we can. But it's gotta go through the process, you know, it's not like a business where we can go in and just inspect it, like, I mean, we could walk into wherever Jeff's drive-through and inspect it right now if we want to. You know, with residential.
I just know being a
properties.
nurse, oxygen tanks have to be
Yeah, I mean,
stored in a certain way.
Right.
You can't just have them sitting on a front porch.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I have not seen it personally, but I've heard Scott talk about it, and he said it's horrible down there, so.
It's horrible. How would you like to live next door to that?
I wouldn't, yeah, I feel for you, I do. And I know he's working on it, I know he's issued the citation.
I'm really upset that I even rebuilt in Addyston. Like, we had a house fire there, my grandma's house, because I lived there all my life. And we rebuilt there because I really love this village, but this village is horrible now. Like, it's gone to hell and back. Like, I mean, the properties around here, I look at certain properties and I can't even believe the way they look. I mean, I can just imagine my grandma, if she was still alive and had to live next door to that, or June, or Walt and Joyce, if they were alive. I mean, it would not go over well. It don't go over well for me, because I have grandkids, and I have to put up with it every day. So,
Well, hopefully with the Hamilton County, you know, with them being involved, hopefully it gets a little more involved.
because now you got Aaron and his group in the garage and in the first floor, but now you got Becky Walls up there, you got another one, the Pruitts are living up there. There has to be 10 people living in that second floor apartment. 10 people. Definitely 10.
That's why the health department.
That's where
coming
they
out.
can actually go in.
And they even have a mat on outside their door that says, if you don't have a warrant, don't come in. That's what their mat says.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're not worried about the police. They're not worried. They're not worried, period, point blank. You can't be worried if you continually do it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help us either when they take them to jail, and then next thing you know, 2 hours later, here you see them again. That's very frustrating.
It's frustrating for me too,
Yeah.
believe me.
Yeah, very frustrating.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very vocal. I'm probably the only person on that side, on that little strip that says anything. But it's right next door to me, right where my grandkids can see it, where needles are laying on the floor, on the ground. You know, even Milt's Transmission said they're cleaning needles up. I mean, it's ridiculous. What's gonna happen, and this is from a sheriff that I had talked to, what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna die over there, and they're just gonna flip their bodies somewhere out on the street. Just like they did that lady's son. When he overdosed, his friends just rolled him out on the side of the street and left him. The lady that lives there, son overdosed on heroin, and they're still doing it over there. I don't understand. The police can sit down there all day. The activity's not during the day. It's all night long. As soon as it gets dark, the activity starts. And like I said, my phone goes off, mine and my husband's phones ding every 15 minutes during the night. And it shows them coming back and forth all night long. So, that's all I have to say. I mean, I just feel bad that I even rebuilt here. I really do. Like, I wish we would have went somewhere else. You know?
It's a sad situation. I think we all agree to that. I'm happy to hear that there is a
I've
definite
been
plan
consistently
in
working on
place.
it, you know,
Yes.
trying to get somebody to move quicker. It's just really hard when you have private property.
Yeah, I just.
Because when I lived next to where Greenie's old place used to be, I would call the cops. They had trash piled up at my house every day. I dealt with it for years until finally she passed away and the house got tore down. Because I'd call the cops, nothing would happen. I get how that feels. It's very frustrating. And I mean, that was then.
You know, I was called petty from somebody, I'm not gonna say who it was, that I call the police when they block my driveway. I'm gonna call every time they block my driveway.
Well, sure.
Because I have to go to work in the morning, and I'm not going banging on their doors at 5 o'clock in the morning to find out whose car's in front of my driveway. It's not safe to do that.
No, I wouldn't go there, no.
Yeah. So every time they're in front of my driveway, I'm calling the police. If I have to call 911, I'll call 911. You know?
You should.
Yeah.
You know? And then my other question is, do we have officers on the weekends? Because I hardly ever see anybody on the weekends.
It gets scarce at times now that we've,
So then who
Down
is-
on officers
who's
again.
monitoring the village?
Hamilton County, and that's how they patrol. They don't drive through. That's what we get with them.
So we're paying taxes for police protection and we're not getting it, is what I'm saying. Pretty much so. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
you're getting police protection, it's just, you're not getting,
Because we pay Hamilton County taxes for their police service too.
But really, we're
So
not
we
getting
pay
it
for
because they
them
don't come
too.
around.
Exactly.
So you're paying out for nothing,
if you
really.
call, they'll respond.
The
Right.
responders is
Yeah,
what they
they
do.
just do patrol.
And then the other thing is, La Rosa's is not even allowed to deliver next door anymore because 2 people were overdosed in the garage when they delivered a while back. The La Rosa's guy told me that. He said, we can't go over there anymore. We're not allowed. We're not allowed to deliver to that house anymore.
Maybe if we can get a statement from LaRosa saying that, and add that to our health thing.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can do that, guys?
Mayor, Bob,
Yeah.
is there any kind of, I know you're working on this, is there any kind of timeline we can expect?
I'm hoping
That's
they'll
going
go
through
quick
court,
after this
right?
week when they're finally gonna go
Okay.
in.
Yeah, we got the health department, we got the fire department involved, and property maintenance, and it's all gonna start going downtown.
Mhm.
And you're trying to move agencies.
And you're trying to build a hefty case.
Right, and you're
So-
trying to move agencies that you really don't control.
Mhm.
And they are responding. Fire department's responding, the health department's gonna come out, they're gonna pursue the nuisance aspect of it. And then it'll all go down to Judge Bouchard's docket. And then once it gets down on his docket, then we'll notify you. Then you can come down and tell Judge Bouchard exactly what you're telling village council and explain to them what the situation is. And I'll tell you, Judge Bouchard's not afraid to put somebody in jail.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Yeah,
where I'm
just-
trying to get you.
You know, I
That
just don't
is
even feel
the
comfortable
point.
being outside of my house. You know, it's the summer, my grandkids will be down and we just don't feel comfortable.
Because if I can get you down in front of that judge, that's where I
I'll probably
want
be in contempt of court and I'll probably be in jail.
to. You know what? You still need to speak what you need to speak.
So, yeah, so I'm just, you know, I'm just frustrated. I don't know how somebody can live in a garage and that's safe. They basically just live down there and the electricity is flowing down there through the extension cords. They make sure their cameras are on so they know if anybody's coming to near their house is what it is.
Well, they should see the health department here soon. That's this week.
Okay.
Because they did the outside already. They do the outside first and then they move into the inside.
So they consider it a nuisance, the outside of it?
Mm-hmm. So we're moving in.
I couldn't even imagine what the inside looks like.
I don't even want to see it.
Yeah, it's probably a mess.
So once this happens, it goes to the court system. Who's gonna clean that up? I mean, it should be done immediately. I don't know. if
That's
it's-
where we're still kind of at that point where, yeah.
If we can get them to jail or
Yeah,
Right.
cited somewhere, that'll be huge.
and I think the health department probably has a hand in that as well because of the way things are.
Cleaning it up.
Well, my husband said if they put a lien on it, he'll buy it and just tear it down, so.
That's coming too.
Yeah, he said he'll buy it, we'll tear
I'm
it
trying to
down.
get you any avenue we can get you to get you relief on it. Honestly, I do. I do feel for you.
I mean, we
It's
put the
terrible.
neighbors that were on the other side of us in Walt Joyce's old house. They were stealing water from us. They were hooking their hoses up to us and we bought that house and put them out. You know,
Jeez.
so, and redid that whole
Yeah.
house and my stepdad lives there. And like I said, he's elderly. If they go in there and try to rob him, there's no way he can fight them guys off. There's no way. He's an ex-Marine, he's got guns, he's got his CCW or whatever, but can he get to it in time? Hell, half the time he can't hear, so.
Right. All right, thank you, Kathy.
all right.
We'll continue with regular council business.
All right. I'm gonna go get dinner.
Thank you, man.
Since we're already out in the audience, Lieutenant, would you like to go ahead and,
Okay, so for the month of May, we had 18 EMS runs, 4 fire runs in the village. You can see the breakdowns on the next page of what they were. We had 160 total EMS runs for Miami Township in the month of May. We conducted 17 total inspections, one of them being in the village. I'll touch on staffing a little bit. On the 14th of May, we put a minimum staffing policy in place with the township. We were having problems. I mean, the staffing situation, you know, how it's been over the last couple of years. We were having problems with having two fire trucks, two personnel on a fire truck, and you know, where we never had faced that before, so we kind of changed the way we operate. So now we have a minimum of 3 people all the time. So we have 9 people on shift, and then 1 district officer, which is just a shift supervisor, basically, on shift at all times now. So that went in effect in May. We also had one of our full-timers complete his paramedic program. We have a few more that are getting ready to get into it now, so we're trying to convert some EMTs that are over to paramedic, which is, you'll see on the staffing there, has allowed us to have upwards of 6 or 7 paramedics a shift, which is a huge up from where we used to have 3 all the time, you know. So we're starting to get to where we need to get staffing-wise. It just takes time. We had one of our employees in early May check the hydrants in Addyston. I think it was the first time that we've inspected them. Probably, I mean, I've been on the department 16 years, and I know that we haven't done it in those times. I think it was always the maintenance department or whatever that was doing it at the time. We checked them. I know they're communicating back and forth as far as what issues that were found, but I think everything went pretty decent. We did them all in one day. I know I think you guys notified the residents, or somebody did, but to make sure, I know the water sometimes turns brown when we do that, but at least we kind of know what operates and what doesn't from now. As far as events, we had Cub Scout advancement ceremony that we held. We did a tabletop drill down at 3 River Schools with the EMA. It was basically kind of a hazmat type of drill of a train derailment. So it kind of prepares everybody for something like a mass event like that. We had a Memorial Day parade down in Cleves where our honor guard marched in. And then talked about the hydrants, and then the only other thing I was going to talk about was that property that lady just talked about, but I think everybody's beat that one, so that's about all I had. Unless you have any questions.
I just have a question in general. Is it clear who, when, and how the hydrants are flushed?
It was reported, and I guess it was reported
Yeah, so.
to the clerk, and it kind of didn't go out on an all-call like it should have.
Oh, no, that's all right, but do we have a system in place that says like Miami Township will flush the hydrants?
Oh, they're not supposed to be flushing it. That's
Oh,
just the
okay,
testing.
well, that's what I'm trying
See,
to
that's
get
where
at.
people get confused with that.
Yeah, we're just testing the operation, so we're
Testing
turning
the
on,
operation,
letting it flow for.
which means you have to open them, right?
Yeah, for
Oh, so
probably
that-
5, 6, 10 seconds, and then shutting it back off, and then making sure the.
So they're
the
not
caps and everything-
flushing.
Right.
Yeah, so that,
Does it work? Turn it off.
Yeah,
yeah, but if it opens, it stirs.
Yeah.
it does
does.
stir, yeah.
So, but okay, I just want to be clear that
The water board
still
knows them, though, right?
our
Yeah, the
people who
water
do the
boards
flushing.
should know.
They
Right.
should.
Yeah.
And we
It
still
should be
need to,
scheduled,
and we
so
still
the
need to
water board
notify the
can make
residents
a call
regardless.
command.
Yeah.
if they're
Oh,
here
yeah.
or it's our
Right.
people.
Yeah, just, it should be a real clear.
So we sent an email like maybe 2 weeks prior that said that, whatever, I can't remember the day, but it was early May. We're doing it this day, and he got it all done in one day, but then we made a backup day in case weather or something like that happened,
Are
so.
you getting that message, Mayor?
I don't know if I got that one.
Did they actually
I think
flush
that one
them
too.
after that?
No, I think I remember that because that kind of went back and forth between the maintenance and water board.
But
Who
the
was gonna
flushing
flush
was
it?
done prior to that. The flushing
Prior
was
to them,
scheduled
during inspection.
prior to them coming in, because
Yeah.
One went out, to all the residents about, the letter went out that they was gonna flush them. And then about a week later, they came through and was doing theirs. And people were calling, even me, saying, you just did this, why is it happening again? And I said, well, that's not the water department, it's something else. So, yeah.
And we can coordinate that if we need to coordinate better next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
We only do it in the spring.
Yeah, if we can coordinate with
so we
like
can-
when they do the flushing,
Yeah,
so
that's fine
like
with
if
us,
you
yeah.
guys do it right
Got that,
before they
Bill?
do the flushing.
He's a new member.
It used to be that the waterworks and the village maintenance would go around every 3 months and check.
That's
the
where they
water.
should
They're
be
getting
doing.
back to that, Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was a lack in communication.
And if something was wrong, they wrote it down and the waterworks would fix it.
For some reason, I don't know why, but water board, whoever's in that area, thought that since we were having them test, not flush, test of hydrants, that was what they considered flushing the hydrants. It's not flushing the hydrants.
Well, what
So,
got
yeah.
people confused this time was they flushed them one night and a day later they was testing.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It was basically the next day.
It was just bad timing. then.
Yeah, I mean,
It was bad timing.
Yeah.
So basically, if water board sticks to a schedule where we can give you the schedule, then that way you can see it and you can say, oh, okay, well, they're gonna flush this day, so we'll test them right before that day.
Yeah.
And then we would be all good.
And we only flush them once a year not flush them, test them once a year in the spring.
Cut you don't.
And then
So,
in the fall, we come back and just
yeah.
make sure they're dry, not wet still. If they're wet, we pump them down and report that, obviously there's a leak in there.
Yeah,
And the only reason, like I said, this is pretty common, we do it in every, in the township and all the other villages, because, if that thing doesn't work, you wanna know it then, and not when the house is burning down. So that's kind of the reason that we.
yeah,
So if we can coordinate with the water, I mean, we'll be happy to do whatever, just.
Yeah, that would be
When it comes to
perfect.
spring next year, we'll just.
and then
communicate a
Bill,
little
if you
better,
can
I think.
relay that back to give them a
Yeah,
schedule,
sure.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
But our guys are doing it, right?
Yeah.
Or not?
The
Our guys
flush.
are doing it, they just did one.
Yeah, I mean, our maintenance.
They're back,
guys are doing
they
it.
are back on
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
So when they flush, do they flush every hydrant, or is it just
No,
a certain
they
main,
do
like the end of the main?
lines.
And the lines, okay. So that would be the only thing with us, that we would prefer to check each
Yeah,
individual
well,
one.
like I was saying, when I worked on the village, about every 3 or 4 months, the maintenance department or the water board person will go around, make sure all the spark plugs work, make sure they was drained. If it didn't work, they would make a list, turn it over to the maintenance, and then the water board would pay to have the spark plugs fixed. But they used to basically take care of it themselves,
Yeah, right.
But I appreciate you guys doing it, that's great.
We're happy to do it, because our people would rather know, they're in.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
exactly.
It's one of them things where you just do it yourself, and you know whether it works or not, and but, yeah, we can do whatever though.
so if you do it, you basically want to do it once a year.
Yeah, they'll do it, we'll do it once a year, and the same guy will do it again, more than likely. He's been around a long time, and he just likes coming out and doing it, so he'll get in the pickup truck and he'll do them all in one day. So, that part worked out, because it's not a multi-day process,
Right.
so. But yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Anything else?
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
And I'll pass that on to Scott, about her.
Oh, thank you.
Just,
I think he pretty much has all the
I
information
think he
he
does
needs,
too, yeah,
but
he's working tonight.
you can
But-
still let him know that she was here and had concerns and just see where he's, so that way you guys are on the same page and stuff. See
Yeah.
where he's at with it.
Maybe she can send him an email, it's got all that stuff laying on there.
Yeah, I mean,
All that
if
stuff
pictures
laying on the
work,
front- On their front.
if somebody
porch.
sends you a picture, is that,
Yeah, I mean, do you saying, can they send the picture, or?
well, yeah, if you have the picture, like saying that where you were saying
Yeah, I
she
mean,
invites you up on
yeah,
the
he-
property.
Yeah, I mean,
And you
if he
s-
could come look at it too, I don't know if he can do anything off of a picture, but.
That's kind of what I was asking, yeah, so it has to be in
I'd have to ask
person.
him that, but,
Yeah,
but I'll mention it to him.
all right, thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm sorry to keep going on you guys like this. So I did mention that Michelle has resigned, so I wanted to put this out here too. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about when we was talking about the police. Even though Eric resigned as the chief of police, he would like to, if it's up to council, to remain on part-time and fill some shifts on the weekends. And, you know, you think about that, maybe for the next time, whatever. So it's not like he just wants to not work here, but if you don't, I wanted you to just plant that there if you guys. And I mean, we need an interim chief for a while anyway, so he can just stay like that until we get somebody in there, if that's okay with council. I know. Because we have to have an interim chief one way or another, but I just wanted to put that out there, think about it, whatever. And then the other thing, since Michelle is leaving, we do have someone interested in her position to fill in that full-time, and that's Mr. Panzika here, if council is willing to move him into that full-time position. So we lose one, gain one, kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I have no problem with that, whatever we need to do to move that through.
We make a motion to,
That's what, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to put him as full-time at 6 months probation.
I'll second it.
Motion by Al to put Panzika in a full-time position, second by Pam. Is there any discussion?
No.
Don't we need a lieutenant at the same time and all that stuff, like what in the world's gonna go on now?
You know, nothing surprises me anymore. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not surprised anymore. All right, call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I do have a quick question, that just come to me. Probationary, now he will be a probationary employee, since he's going to a different position.
You mean him?
Yes, the full.
Both, well, even Eric
Both of
will
them.
be.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So he would be a probationary period because that's a new position.
right, I just want to make sure you guys understand
Yep.
that.
He
So it's
gets
clear.
it.
Not that I think you're gonna go anywhere, but just so you know.
Actually, they need to make a motion to have the solicitor draw up a resolution to come back the next meeting for the paperwork to be done too.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to have Bob make an ordinance for it.
For
Resolution.
Or resolution for.
Panzika.
Panzika.
I'll second it.
Motion by Al, second by Pam. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Okay, so I think I'll just move to Bob at this point. We'll wait for that one for her committee, that other ordinance. But then there's, yeah, we'll wait till her
The
committee.
resolution is going to be one
This one?
Can we do this?
time.
I said, can we do this one?
Which one?
The
The
one
van.
about the van.
You read it one time.
Have to have three
Three separate
meetings,
meetings?
3 separate readings?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If there are 3 separate meetings on both of them.
Yeah.
And then if we're gonna do Panzika, I can do his tonight when I get back to the office. If you wanna call a special council meeting where you can get 5 here, we can do them all at one time. You're either gonna have to call a special council meeting or wait till 3rd Monday in July.
Right.
Well,
I think
Wednesday
you're
night, we
probably
know
better off.
what's her name, Jennifer's usually tied up on Wednesday.
Well,
That
is
Jennifer.
it too late for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Everybody around Thursday?
We love Thursdays for special meetings, you know. I mean, if council's okay with it, we'd go ahead and set for a special meeting on Thursday.
Somebody want to make a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to, what are we doing? A meeting on Thursday, what time?
I'm good with 6,
6.
so it's a little earlier.
6?
So she's usually off at 5:30. So 6 would be fair.
Thursday, 22nd.
Yeah.
So we can appoint,
Got a
For
motion?
two of them?
Is there a second?
yeah, what we have the meeting for. I'm trying to say.
It's for the, both of these,
That's what I'm trying to get at. So we're gonna do both of them.
Yeah, and you still need to talk about that one anyway. Well, we can't pass it, but we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll put it on the agenda.
Yeah, I second it.
Motion by Pam, second by Al. Any discussion?
yeah, the meeting is to discuss the resolutions for employment of
Welch and
Welch
Panzika.
and Panzika, and then also the contract ordinance for
The
the
band.
karate, naked karate girls, right?
Yep.
Those are the three things. Okay, I just want to make sure I got it on my
I don't
notes.
think there's anything else. If anybody thinks of something we need to do, is there something that needs passed for, we'll get through the committees and you'll know if there's something else
Okay.
that needs to go on there.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
All right. Go ahead and go to committees. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. I have some disturbing news. Obviously, the mayor and I and Margaret have been talking with the county, April, and with Chris. I haven't heard from Chrissy Iwasco yet on the public health mini grant and the We Thrive mini grant as to how we can take those funds and get them activated, and if in fact we can use them for the down payment. The problem is, it must have been in March that we talked about doing this, removing the funds. The mayor found the funds for us.
Because she said we can use them.
Yes.
But that stipulation.
Yes, yeah, so.
You're
yeah.
going to that, right?
Now, yes, she said we could use them, but as we went to try to use them, Margaret was dealing with her and comes to find out that in order to use those CDBG funds that were left over from the Roach project, we had to, in essence, reapply with the basketball court as the main thing. We have to go through the whole process. She told me that unequivocally when I talked to her, that we have to go through not only that, we have to go through a bid process.
Well, I thought she said we just had to go through the bid process because we have the money, but we have to put it through the bid. Is
We
my
do.
understanding through the email, but we don't have to go through applying for the money.
Well, it's all in the same. They need to know everything that they needed to know in any other grant situation. We have to send it out for bid, which takes several weeks. We have to advertise.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah, that this is a process and this is the thing we're getting ready to do. And we had to go through that whole thing from start to finish. There's 7
help?
pages of stuff.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah.
All over again? All over again?
Actually, the only thing Margaret did was send a copy of the ordinance that council had passed
That shows the
requesting
funds,
to
yeah.
use the money. And she asked me a question if I was aware that it went out for bid, and it hadn't.
No.
So truthfully, I mean, that's Margaret's part, and it was sending them documentation that council had passed on the different
Yeah.
things.
We did get 10,000 of that, not the We Thrive, but the health. That did come in.
Yeah, I did report that, I told Dan that about a month
Okay, I didn't
ago, we
know.
got that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that 10,000 from the one, it was for 15.
Yes.
But they won't release it all until you're done with it, and then they'll send
Right.
us the other one.
Okay.
That's like when we got the 3,700 to do with, when we bought the PA system and the other
Yeah.
things.
Sure.
They won't release that 700 until,
Which now they should have released that because
'Cause
we
you-
had this
'cause
invoices.
we had the invoices that I actually had sent to Bob in an email to do with the court case.
Yeah.
And Lisa, I copied her on it, and she used that and we pulled the invoices, and that went to them to reimburse us the 700.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're, you know, it's like they tell you, you got this, and then we have to jump through hoops to get it.
Yeah.
Do you have the specs for the basketball court?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Well, I'd add that to the meeting on Thursday,
Well,
and I'll prepare the ordinance, and then you can advertise for bids right away.
See, that's what my understanding is. Because, I mean, the funds are, we just have to show what we're going to use it for with the bids.
How much in the funds?
yeah.
How much is it?
And $26,000.
$26,630.
Yeah, because we was gonna use, we
But we're gonna
changed
use
the
all
ordinance.
19.
We changed it from the 30,000 that was left over to the 19 something from the leftover money.
Sure.
And that was gonna be added with the other two grants.
Grants, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, but, you know, it's the last,
Delay.
I'm sorry.
It's delay.
It's a delay that's going to take place, but if we had known about this earlier.
I didn't think they
because we started
required
doing
that.
this in March, that was what we had to go through, we would have been through that. By now, we could get the basketball court in. I don't think that's going to happen right now because they have
But
this.
still, we gotta move forward, man.
We have to move
gotta keep
forward right
trucking
away.
forward.
Yeah, so like you're saying there, Mayor, we will move forward, but we just have to kind of try to get as much information as we can. When we get the grant, okay, how do I get my money? That's the first question we need to ask in the future.
Yeah.
What do I need to go through to get that money? And I think that.
I think because, yeah, that changed. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been able to submit receipts and things for the park, but I don't know why she's making, because of maybe the cost
I
of
mean,
what
if
it is.
Bob gets that in Thursday, we can get it out for bid real quick.
Yeah, put that on
That'll
Thursday's
do it
meeting.
I got it
A little
listed.
faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
You probably need that, a motion to add that to the agenda.
Yeah, I guess we just call them at it anyway, but I'll make a motion, we add it to the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion by Danny, second by Al. Call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
And that's, and then make a motion to make what did you say, an ordinance to,
I'll make the ordinance.
Yeah,
Bring it in for
as
that?
soon- Yeah, I'll get the
Okay.
specs involved in that.
At least I can get it rolling a little faster.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely.
it going.
So, and the second part of that is, you say we have $10,000 from the We Thrive Mini grant.
the health grant thing, the one that's the.
Two of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My question to, we can't give them a receipt to get the thing started, thinking this through, because there's no work been done for that money. I was going to ask, she
Well, I mean,
didn't answer.
we can use the 10 that they sent us, like that they sent us.
I've got that in the bank.
Yeah,
That's
we have
actually in the
that.
bank.
The
So,
que-
and
The
it's been
question
in.
is though, when you read the memorandum of understanding, this is a reimbursable grant. The company needs to start to put the playground in. As we've known all along, they need 50% up front. And we can't put 50% of these funds up front without
Having the fun.
receipts, without something having been done. In other words, what I'm trying to ask Christy Iwasco is there any way around it? Can we use these funds we're getting from We Thrive and Health Department? Is there any way we can use that as a down payment to hold our spark and get the process started?
Can I throw something out there?
Please.
What if we take the ordinance that we amend it to the 19,000 and we change it back to the full 30,000 balance that was left for the playground? I mean, for the road and that, would that help us anyway?
I think they both are reimbursables. Wouldn't you think, Margaret? You've dealt with this before.
But that money that we had for that over there, we didn't have to put any money like reimbursable because it was between the blacktop people and the county. So that 30,000 that's hanging there, you know, we had it in the original, then we amended it to reflect only using 19,000, which was the balance from the 24,000 or whatever that number was for the basketball court. So I guess what I'm saying is, could we put it back to the original 30,000 and use that as for the whole basketball part of it?
I don't know, we sure ask, you know, at this point.
Because that didn't require us to put any matching money in it. That's what was left from the roadway and the walking path that we did over there. So there should have been like $30,009 and something left in that account.
The mayor brought us the exact amount that April said.
Well, I mean,
left on that.
I had it, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's up there, but, because we sat here that night, and when we presented the ordinance, that's when, I think you said, we only needed 19,000 something of it to
To add to
add
the
to
30,000.
the other monies.
Then you was gonna add 6 from the waterworks or something, wasn't you?
Anyway.
The bottom line
Yeah,
of
we
that
can't do
was
that
to
from
keep
that one.
it
But we are trying to
below,
get the meter replaced with that one now.
yeah, to keep it below $50,000 so that we didn't have to put it out for bid. Now we're gonna have to put it out for bid anyway.
Well, I think it's just the county, I think they make you go, you know, when they get in, they just,
Yeah.
I think they do.
That's what she said, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta put it out for bid.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the company. They've worked so hard to keep us and put us on, you know, give us all the information we need, specs. They just worked hard constantly to make Addyston get this done. They really vested themselves in it. But I just hope they can put in a bid that's,
Didn't you still have that bid from Hamilton Materials or whatever? That'd been 2 of them, right?
from whom?
That Hamilton, Supplies or whatever it's called. I give you the bid. It was from that Brad Hamilton
For the basketball court.
for the basketball court.
If you can
I give you that
resurrect
one.
them.
And then you had the one from the place that you
Yes.
tried to go to, so that's 2.
Yeah.
So you gotta get
Yeah.
one more.
But Al, when you get these bids, all council's got to see them, and we've got to show Hamilton County that we
They want a
did
bid
go.
opening.
They want to see the bids.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a sealed
I know
bid.
I've probably misplaced it or sent a stack of stuff somewhere, forgot to bring it back to council. But, we
I mean,
just gotta
ultimately,
look
it's up to council who they pick regardless of
Sure.
the cost
But
anyway.
truthfully,
Yeah.
with the bids, we advertised for 2 weeks for the bids. We say that council is accepting bids for the project, and they're sealed bids to be open on a specific date and time. And a list is made of who submitted a bid, they go to council, and council then decides. And to be honest, we've usually had our engineer involved to sort of give us their expertise on dealing with companies. But this is a little bit different because we didn't
have
go out to our
stuff on
engineer
that.
on this one.
Yeah, we were trying to buy more stuff with
Right,
with a
right.
with a simple agreement, yeah. So that's where we are, and I will start putting together all the information she needs, and then on Thursday,
We'll
you
get
know,
that ball rolling.
we'll get all that rolling. I'll get all the information from both Christy and April again, but April's pretty much told me, yeah, you need to go through the process.
April's pretty
Anything
much
I can
on
do
it.
to add to that or help you, Dan, please let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's a gut puncher.
Terrible.
It is.
Let's see. There's something else that my old mind is forgetting that'll roll around. That's all I have for now.
All right, thank you, Dan. Miss Ann?
The only thing I have to report is we had a Parks and Playgrounds Committee meeting on the 13th of June. And the committee met to see how much we could get, or see what we could get accomplished in the near future. And I noted that Dustin was here, was able to attend, and we will be able to work together to get these projects done and maintained and available. So I made a copy on this page in the back of it, which shows the projects that we're looking at, shows the vendors, and right now, it looks like for the dirt, for the topsoil and the mulch, we'll be waiting for dry weather. Grass seed and straw, all that goes together. However, we can report that Al and Dustin got the equipment, exercise equipment installed on the 14th.
Good job. Good job.
So that's all I have at this time, and I'm sure we'll be scheduling another meeting soon.
I was gonna have you order some topsoil sometime this week, but it doesn't look like it's gonna stop raining no time this week.
Thursday's the only day, I think.
Margaret,
We need
the
the rain though.
Yeah.
PO that I have marked in there, or that
You
we
can
have,
use
is
that.
that the correct
That-
one?
You can use that because I amended it, because I didn't understand it. I know when I stopped in that one
Yeah.
day, I know something was mentioned about Bears, and
Yeah.
then something was mentioned about Cleve's Tool, which I did get their invoice today.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure, but no, you can use that one for all to do with Jay's. And then when it comes to the other ones, you know, I just need to know the vendor and
Absolutely.
approximately how much.
Mhm.
I don't have anything else.
Thanks, Miss Ann. Al?
I don't have nothing at this time.
Thank you, Al. Pam?
Too fast.
I guess I just want to tell everybody that we finally did have the Board of Appeals meeting, and both parties decided to withdraw their appeals after all this time. So hopefully those two issues are resolved. So-
Mostly. Well, you gotta figure the one, he's got a lot more time because of his hand injury.
Right,
Albert.
yeah. So,
And then the other one, he openly admitted he's running a business, so.
Right. So they
Hello,
did,
Rita.
right.
Yeah.
One of them.
I just kinda looked at Bob because Bob knows what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
think that's pretty much, he ceased and pulled his appeal and,
yeah.
and just moved, get cars out,
So
so
as far as we know, those are
that's a resolved issue.
resolved, except for, like you said, getting things tore down, that was started.
yeah.
And I guess he's got some type of
Anybody,
injury, so he's
I
working with
have to.
our code enforcer. We gave him extra time to
You got the door
resolve that.
To work together. They
Yeah.
decided to work together peacefully.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
So that's over with. The only other thing, special events, Al was contacted, or you contacted one of the two. The people that we were thinking about have to do our music, if we get this grant, our date is gone, the August date, so they had on September, am I right?
October 7th.
October 7th. That puts us like where we used to have our
That-
Oktoberfest,
Jesus.
so that's.
Jason Grant again.
And actually, I don't know how that's gonna affect it tonight because he texted me and you was on the text
Yeah.
wanting to know about me signing it. And I told him we had a council meeting tonight and that we would have everything to him, but now I have to let him know that it's been postponed until hopefully Wednesday you'll have 5, or Thursday you'll have 5 that can vote on it.
Right, so that's.
And on that, I wanted to ask, when they sent the contract out, we need him to change it because we're a village, not a city. Because he's got City of Addyston.
Do you have a way to contact him directly yourself?
Yes.
too?
She's got his number now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also, he referred to it something like the biggest party or something.
Universe something, I don't know. I don't know if that's something their logo.
But anyhow, I just wanted to make sure they knew we was calling it something else if they were gonna help advertise it.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But yeah, I do have his information, and I'll get in touch with him.
Village music in
Yeah.
the park schedule.
Yeah, it was on the contract, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'll read to it.
And the other thing,
So is that going to falter because of this, or?
I hope not. I mean, we gotta reach
Yeah.
out to him. I guess
I
Margret.
just have to tell him, I mean, we can't sign a contract without you guys giving
Right.
us authorization to do so.
And we have not
Those are the
heard anything,
rules.
correct, yet
No?
on this?
Holly did not get back with me, but like I said, I don't know if I've said this, I think, before during the council meeting. Okay, so anyway, Holly did call me. And the way it sounds is we made the cut for the event grant.
With the month.
But when she called me, she said, we're calling villages. She didn't say, congratulations, you get it, but she said, we're calling villages because we want to ask, you know, if they're good with reducing their amounts, because there's villages that didn't get anything, and they want to stretch out some money a little further. So we're looking at 15 to 17,000 still is what she said. So 15 to 17,000, I mean, that's
That's pretty
That's,
good money.
yeah, I told her, I said that's.
It's not gonna say no.
Yeah. So I said, that's still gonna give
25.
us more money than we've ever had to spend on an event, so I said, that's
Right.
perfect. But what they're trying to do is just give other villages, small villages and stuff that did not make the cut, some
They
money.
should take some away from Blue Ash. and
Yeah, the bigger places,
Wyoming.
leave the little places alone.
Anderson.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Really, the ones that don't
I
need it.
agree. But hopefully they're doing that right, because I would be upset if Blue Ash had 25,000, like we
Right.
had to take the cut. It's like, come on now.
Yeah, well, you guys get 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes our red, white, and blue.
So, I mean, you know, without saying it, she said it, that, you know, I'm calling around to ask communities that would be willing to take a cut so that other communities that didn't get in could have some money, so.
Yeah.
Well, we're in. That should be their fault.
Yeah. That's a bottom line.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
yeah, and two, the change in that, the person that was in charge of it.
yeah,
no
and then
longer
you had a
there.
change of person, and then they had to
Personnel.
have another meeting because they were trying to score some more money to give out because they had so many applications, so the fact that we made it to the 15 to 17,000 is impressive.
It's great, yes.
I'll try to call Glenn tomorrow and ask him, be like, look,
Please.
man, I'll try to call Glenn tomorrow. Be
Well, I
like,
told him I'd reach out to him this evening, and I'll just have to tell him we can't do anything until Thursday.
All right, so the other thing that, Bob, where are we on the policy procedure manual?
I should have that for you by Monday.
Next week, you think? Okay. What's the other thing? Or at the park, and I know they put it out there, not the park, at the VFW every Thursday. Just want to let the residents know that you can go there, take your kids. It's 11:30 to 1, is that right?
And we put it out on our board.
Yeah, they had
Can't
quite
remember
a
the time.
crowd this last week, because I went over, you know, Margret showed up, Al, you was there too.
Free
That's
lunch.
good.
It
Yeah.
was really nice. They had a lot of like, you know, vegetables, anything you could
yeah.
take home, and then lunch for the kids. I mean, they had a few little games over there, but it was quite a
It's
turnout.
put on by churches.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really
It's
nice.
still, people don't seem to know about it. I don't know what else we can do. I mean, the school's putting it out, churches are putting it
Yeah.
out, you know, it's on our sign. You know, it's not just for Addyston, it's for anybody can
And
come there.
actually, they're talking about doing a backpack
Right.
thing towards, like,
School year.
before school starts, and having more activities over there and doing something like fill the book bag or the school bag or something.
That really be
And they did send an email out about that because Linda Martin said she received it because of the children she has.
Okay.
And she promised she would forward that so we could see a little bit more about it.
Sure.
That'd be great.
I had a couple things for Justin, but he's not here. Okay, wait. One thing, I know we talked about the sign at the wildlife reserve.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility is that to fix that since it's tore up? I mean, I
Do
don't
we
know
just
why.
order a new one?
I honestly think we should.
Oh,
It's at our
absolutely.
park.
I
Yeah,
talked to
I
Tim.
mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
talked to Tim Sisson, he gave me the name of the company, and I'll
Okay.
pass that on. The company who did the sign, or I can go ahead and get a price from whatever council
That'd be nice.
buys. I'll get a price so that we can get that replaced. Maybe we can get it replaced in tin, you know,
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah, because that was some weird kind of board. It's
That was
it's
some
not gonna last.
Yeah, something like that.
composite.
Something
It's
that's
green
But
and
the
white
kid,
like they do.
but whoever did it had to have a
They know their
huge
shit.
rock or
A bat.
or sledgehammer. I mean, it wasn't like that was cardboard or anything. That was a substantial piece of material that they,
Maybe if they
that
can
they
do it on
broke.
metal.
And isn't there another sign missing over there? If we're gonna do signs, we might as, I thought the
Yeah,
back part of the park.
There's a couple of signs missing. One about your risk, I think at one point we had a sign about there, you know, if you use this equipment at your own, if we don't have, we
need
need
to have
one,
that, yeah.
especially with the
I
exercise
thought that was
equipment.
still there.
No, it's gone.
That's gone now
One
too?
of, huh?
I know there was one that, when you first go into the park on the road.
Mhm.
See, I thought there was one when you walked up to the playground equipment. I don't know.
There used to
Could've
be
been
one
There used to
there.
be.
Is that the one that's
They tore that one down.
completely out?
Yeah, It wasn't made, now that one wasn't made out of good material because it got busted right away.
It was like a campaign sign or something. It wasn't real,
But,
like phone core like
Oh, I
stuff.
was talking about an actual sign that was on like a fence post type.
Well,
sign,
these
a real
were.
one.
Yeah, they were.
They
These
were.
were too, but they weren't real good signs.
It's like that We Thrive signs. Those are kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Yeah.
Probably need
The
another
one-
one for that
The
too.
one is over there about flooding, that you have to be aware, that's probably the last one standing. Flooding, so we need to put some risk, you know, use the park, use the equipment, especially with the exercise equipment that we have in the park now. We really should have
Play
it.
and work out at your own risk.
Yeah.
That workout equipment, some of it, that brown one, boy, I don't know about it.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The other thing was, getting a lot of questions about the markings in the roadway that, I don't know why residents can't figure it out, that it's due with either electric, gas, something
It's
like
gas.
that.
it is.
Yellow's
And I want to
gas.
know what they're gonna, what are they getting ready to do?
That's what we've been asking them, because I figured that question would come up
Yeah, I asked
probably.
the worker one day, I stopped and said, hey, what are you guys doing? Gas? He says, yeah, they're gonna come in, they're getting ready to do some sort of survey, physical survey of the village, I guess. And they need to know where all the gas lines was, so that's why we're here marking them. But I don't know what that's.
Yeah, because it's, then the one worker said that too. The one said, well, you know, I'm here to mark it. I mark it, give it back to them, and that's that. They don't tell me anything
But
else.
usually they
Right.
send
No.
something, will send something and say, you know, they're gonna be doing
Yeah.
that. And I know in the past when I've got them, I always gave them to the maintenance, you know, person.
They haven't been sending anything.
So,
And I
That's
have
what I'm
gotten on
saying,
them.
you
I've
know.
actually gotten on them about that ever since the 2nd Street. Because they wasn't going to repair that up there, but I caused a big enough stink that they finally did it. Because that, I told them, I said, you are not to touch a road down here until you get with somebody. I don't care if it's myself or Dustin or whatever. You, or the code enforcer for all I care, somebody. So
And
hopefully they took that and
yeah.
back. It ain't just marking. Because yeah, if I see anybody in yellow down here, I get really weary now,
Right.
and I want to just get them. And if it doesn't, if it's not one of our village people, yes. No, if it's not a village worker, I mean, even if citizens call, that'd be great. If it's not a village worker and they're yelling and you want to know what's going on, please let us know.
Yeah.
So that way we can figure, you know, they shouldn't be coming into the village without letting us know.
I know
Exactly.
something too. I just thought of
Yeah.
something.
The other thing, Dan, I know that we talked about it because it was brought, I got an email, and you did too, I believe, about, I guess there was an accident out there on Main Street that took out the fence at the ball fields and it tore a tree down. One of the residents was saying there's a gigantic hole out there. I don't know if maintenance ever had the chance of fixing that.
Now,
There's two now?
somebody hit another tree.
Oh, Lord.
No,
Yes.
really?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
God,
And-
take their driver's license.
And
Yeah.
they're worried about somebody falling in the big hole. I don't know why. I guess the
Yeah.
tree's damaged if we couldn't just fill it with some dirt or something.
Yeah, that really,
They got me, they contacted him too about the same, so.
it wouldn't take that much dirt to fill them,
No.
saw it and treat it. But if, in the future, what they need to do, these trees, this isn't the first trees that's been knocked down.
Right.
Immediately, once maintenance found out about it, we went back, we were able to put the trees back in the hole, because they come up out with a root ball, put fertilizer in the hole, stick the trees back in the hole, backfill it with copious
Oh, so
amounts
trees
of
will
water.
still, if they would still work, then yeah.
That's exactly what we did in the
If
past,
they
but I
hadn't
didn't know
been
about
damaged too
that.
much.
Huh?
If they hadn't been damaged too much.
Yeah, yeah.
So apparently the tree's gone, the hole's just there, so I don't know about,
The
The
other
old
tree
one.
is still there, I think, so if
Okay.
maintenance can, they may be able to save that one, but the other one, I don't know where it is or where it went.
Okay.
But the holes need to be filled.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he could save those, he usually does try to, if it's something that is savable.
Yeah. And my last but least, the website, where are we on our website, or have we got any further?
I did send him all the information. He was supposed to put that together. Thank you. I will get him, because I got information from the code enforcer and everybody for all the, you know, different pages, even the ordinance. I sent him the copy that she sent to me, all the ordinances, and he said that he would get that done.
Looks, it's pretty bad what we have, but anyhow. and speaking of the code enforcer, got a complaint on that too. It's still going to says Dick Weber on his voicemail
On
when
the
you call
phone
up.
voicemail.
Oh, we need to change the voicemail in there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have anything
Bill,
else.
is there
That's enough.
anything that we're missing here?
That's enough.
I got something.
Oh, I got another one.
About the door
Margaret had
thing.
something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I got something. Last week, I had somebody knock on my door, and it was a guy from an outside energy company asking me if I wanted to switch over, that they had been contacted or been told to come to the village. And I said, well, number one, let me introduce myself to you. And I said, I am, and I showed him my ID, said I'm village clerk. And you actually should be stopping at the village hall across the street, the brown building, and getting a permit to go door to door. And there's a charge for it. It's $100. And he said, well, I said, well, I'm sorry, but we have, there's rules. And he said, okay. And he said, well, what I need to do? And I said, well, tomorrow you need to come and see me. And I said, I need a $100 check or money order from the company you work with. I need the name of your company with your photo ID of your company, that you're an employee there, and your own ID, your personal driver's license. And there's a form you have to fill out, which is given to our police department so they know you're out knocking door to door, so our residents aren't calling the police and calling everybody about it. So he never come back the next day.
No.
So my question is, though, do you want to revisit that door-to-door policy?
I don't see why we need to. We just need to enforce it.
I mean, it was just out of the blue.
Yeah, and
because-
then after she did it, he was the one he went up through, looking through the village, and I think what had happened,
Yeah.
he would left by the time.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, like, when, I told him, I said, I mean, we belong to a consortium, or whatever you call it, with other communities, and we have designated that. And he says, well, a lot of your customers wanted to switch over, or your residents, and I said, sir, you just can't do it. You have to be given permission to do what you're doing. And he didn't come back.
I had two of them come to my
So,
house,
Yeah,
and when they asked me about changing over from Duke, they want my phone to get information off of it.
Yeah, don't give him none of that.
And they want
Your
a
Duke bill?
Duke bill.
yeah.
And I keep telling them, I said, no, I don't do Duke bill, I go online. And they keep insisting they want their phone to check. And
Yeah.
I said, no. But they've been twice to my house already.
I just think that any of our residents who are out there and you receive somebody knocking at your door, call the police department and tell them you have someone, because as I said, they're supposed to come and fill out an application. Once everything's met, I give that to the police department to carry in their cruisers so that they know they're legitimate.
Right,
Now,
exactly.
this last one, this time, they gave me a card with his name.
But he
on it.
didn't give me a card after I told him who he was.
Yeah, I actually got a card.
What we can do is, if that happens, just call us, we'll come out and we'll escort them out of the village.
Yeah.
And if they refuse to leave, it's now criminal trespass, they'll go to jail for that.
Well, it had been working pretty good. This is the first time I've,
It
in
is.
like
I
3
was
years,
listening- I
I've
was listening
seen
to the
this.
radio this afternoon.
Yeah.
And
I
there was
experienced the
people
same
with
thing.
the police doing that, and they shut them out.
Yeah.
So if
Sitting on my
there's something that
porch
you
and
have, like, to give
they
us,
came
let us
up.
know, like,
Yeah.
this guy's gonna be in at this time, or even scheduled times even, it's even better.
Yeah. Well, they just show up, and like I said,
Pop in.
I told them that, there's a permit they have to fill out, and anybody who's with them that day, I have to have their ID and their information, like what vehicles they're using, and it's a pretty good form of getting the
We can take care of that
information.
for you,
And then I
absolutely.
make a copy of that, and I would always give it to the chief, so they would have it readily available in case they call you guys after normal business hours.
Yeah. Some communities have signs like in their, as you enter it, saying about that they have to register. I know we don't have that, I don't know.
We
If
probably
that's
should.
something we should
Do you
do.
have a no
We
solicitation?
Yeah,
have
we
a,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
an
we do.
ordinance.
But we
have
also
signs,
have
too.
signs up
Yeah.
that say no solicitation.
Where's it at?
Right.
I-
Should be
Are
right
they
on
still
that.
there?
We can actually.
Probably
Make
check
sure
that,
it's
huh?
on.
Yeah, we probably need
The
to
signs disappearing.
new signs up that say
And put the
By
ordinance,
permit
they have the
only.
ordinance number underneath
Yeah.
is what they
If
usually
you call
do.
and they don't have the proper identification or proper, village paperwork, we can cite them with that ordinance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We can cite them to court, really. If you
Yeah.
really wanted it that way, we could do that.
yeah.
like if they're persistent like that, yeah, then I would see
They're
yes.
just trying
Because
to
as long as we
sell.
have an ordinance, you can write that on a citation.
Well, it
Yeah.
does say what the ordinance number is along with the permit that they have to fill out.
Which is enough for us
Where'd
to
you sign that?
enact on that.
We'll have to look for the sign, see if it's still there.
Might have the ordinance number on it. Well, we did put it on our loud noise.
But
Yeah.
thank you, I just had to bring that up.
And do not, I'd like to go in executive session, please.
Mayor, before we go into executive session, I need to ask council, what are we gonna do about, we didn't call for these people's absence to amend it. We need to look closely at laws and contracts, whoever has that, about absenteeism from council, because we've had a ton of it.
Yes.
And we don't say anything about it. We don't say, hey, you need to step up, or here's what the rules say.
The rules
just-
say two meetings and you can declare
We
this
take a vote.
vacant.
Yeah.
That's what council rules say.
2 unexcused meetings.
Yeah, we need to look
Yeah.
at
So
what's
if,
excused.
see, I don't have anything from that one, so what you do is, that's why I didn't call. Because, I mean, I don't have
Right.
any excuse to give you to approve.
Right, no.
Well, I think we should call it for the record as unexcused. You weren't notified, so it is unless she's unable physically to do it. I mean, you never know, something like that could
I
happen.
just don't know.
Then you can,
I think some committee, somebody. we
You aren't
need to
leaving,
look
are
at
you,
that
Bob?
and-
Okay.
And make sure we have that in place. And again, as the mayor has said, unexcused, as long as we excuse them, they're fine. But we need to start saying,
yeah,
no, that's not a good
yeah.
excuse.
And if working is a conflict, then you might have to redo things and you just can't do this.
Well, that was a special meeting.
Yeah,
Mm,
She don't work on the Mondays.
So,
So, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
special meetings, but it's still a called meeting.
But I think it says all meetings of council. Somehow it's written.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that again, because I know it's,
Could
So
we,
we're
by
gonna-
common
2 in a row.
consent, have whatever committee,
Oh,
laws
yeah.
and contracts, wherever our handbook is,
Sure.
bring
Jennifer's
up
not
the
here,
page
but,
and pass it out to us,
yeah.
stating what those
But I
rules
believe
are.
that Jennifer Weehee, did she not say she would be here? She said she wouldn't be here.
She said she would not be here.
she says she would not be here.
So can they?
We can
that
do,
down?
yeah,
She did notify at least. You know.
yeah, she notified.
I'll make a motion to accept Jennifer Weehee's absence.
I'll second.
Motion by Pam, second by Dan. Call for the vote.
D'Angelo,
Yay.
Angelo.
Yeah.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we move into.
Nope. Oh, I thought you were adjourning.
We do need, we do.
I'm not sure what he wants to
Dan's got
call
her
this
hand raised over
reason.
here.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
Can you
Sorry.
tell us the state of the demolition, like for 32 Main Street especially?
I had that on my list too, but
Oh,
I
okay.
left it alone.
Yeah, that's been making me angry too. So we're up to the point where they've come in and got their permits from us. The demolition permits are done.
There's 3.
The Port Authority has hired the contractors. The contractors are hired. And then on the 2 that's up on Second Tan, I think they're waiting something with Duke Energy. 32, I don't know, because what it is, when the Port Authority put that out for bids, one company got 32 and one company got the other 2 houses. Those are moving faster than 32. And Ed did get back with them and looked into it just this past Thursday. I asked him the same question, so if I had more to give you right now, I would. But that's where we're at.
Yeah, 'cause I seen them up there on Sunday the other day.
Yeah,
They
they should be ready to go. Like, those should be any day now.
I think they're already tearing them down.
Oh, well, there we go
There
then,
you go.
see?
They're tearing
Wonderful.
them up, down, up.
So then we have to
down.
focus on 32 and get this company, because I think they came in and got their demolition permit. Because Ed has been a stickler about permits,
Mhm.
so he's
That's
making
good.
sure that all these things go through permits now and,
I would also like to say, it's not disparaging But we need to make sure we have Johnny Clift on our list because he has really been good at getting these things done, and he's as cheap as anybody. But the Port Authority or the people who put this, we need to talk to them about making sure he's on.
See, and that's the thing, we couldn't, like, when we went for these houses here, we couldn't just, we don't put the bid out.
Uh-huh.
They do. We have
Okay.
nothing to do with that bid process. Now, if he wanted to stay on top of the port, which I don't know why he doesn't, because he can get a lot of jobs that way,
Yeah,
start bidding through there.
yeah. I think we need to, you know, I'll pass that on to him.
Now, if we were doing it the way we have done it previously, where we have to go through the process of acquiring the property, going through the bid process ourselves, then we can, yeah, we say, hey, you know, get in this bid process.
Sure.
Do it that way. But yeah, when the port takes it,
Yeah,
we're out of that picture.
yeah, that's
But
pretty
I'm
much
glad they
what's
did
happening.
it.
Oh, get her done, that's the
Yes.
bottom line.
They
Exactly,
probably
get
have a
her
list of
done.
people they use.
So those, yeah, and then 32 should be not long after. So it's been a long time getting that process rolling, but we're rolling.
I make a motion, we go into executive session
I'll second it.
to discuss.
We're ready.
That's what I was hoping he wouldn't run away from, but I think it's
Possible
litigation.
land
What did
acquisition.
you call it?
Possible land acquisition.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Get that.
Bad night to go on a long one.
You picked a long night.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick, Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You gentlemen have to leave.
Escort you.